Hey everybody, I'm Karyn Bryant here with
Angela Overkill Hill.
and welcome to a bonus edition of What Had Happened Was.
What I don't know. I tried to do it different.
You trying something new?
It's a bonus. It's the bonus edition. We got to switch it up. Yeah.
It's right. So no fights this weekend. We figured maybe we'd do a little Q&A type thing. So and I don't know if you want to start. Like I got some on Twitter. We got some on Instagram.
How about you start, and maybe we could do like bam, bam, bam. Like you go, then I'll go, then you go. All right, cool.
Okay, cool. Okay, so let me get to the. Okay, so here it is. Okay, so somebody had asked if I haven't. This is from Sherwin Sullivan. Sherwin Sullivan Tiha is asking Karyn, do you have a nickname? Angie is Overkill Hill. Do you have something like Karyn Tyrant Bryant?
Hey.
Kind of playing with the thing. And if you had to give nicknames to the rest of the broadcast folks, what would you name them? Well, my nickname is basically just KB.
Okay.
You know, people just call me KB. Back when I was a kid in high school and stuff, people called me Mouth because all I did was talk all the time. Surprise, surprise. And I was like, yeah, I'll get paid for it one day, which I actually do. Not enough. But anyway, yeah. So I don't really. So other than KB, that's really what people call me in terms of the broadcast. Like, you know, all the guys are fighters, right? So they kind of have their names, but they have like side names. Like Michael Bisping is like Michael Bird Bladder Bisping because he has to pee all the time.
Oh,
or like,
that's funny.
You know, like Paulie Paul Felder. I don't know, like. I guess, I don't know if John Anik has a nickname. We just call him J.A. I guess we just kind of, we're just lazy and we do nicknames, like just initials. So I'm sorry I don't have a better answer for that.
I feel like Anik deserves a nickname for sure.
I know.
He's so badass, like the tattoo thing and, you know, just being like a G and just like the whole broadcasting thing. I feel like he deserves a name.
I know.
John, no panic, Anik.
That's really good, John. No panic, Anik.
Yeah, because he always has the smooth segues.
You might have just done it for him. That's actually really good.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta tag him. And
yeah. Okay. Dang, that's good.
Yeah.
All right. Because well, Brendan's just like B Fitz. I think we just call him Fitzy. Yeah. Everybody else, and Megan would be like, we call her like the paperweight champ before.
Oh, that's amazing. So she's so cute and light. So like I can spin her on my finger.
I know, she's so tiny.
Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Paperweight.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, let me see. I got one. Oh, here's a fun one.
Okay.
Ajani Fit has asked me on Instagram. This is from last Sunday. Okay. He asked me, has Karyn Bryant trained striking with you in your home garage gym yet? If not, when? Well, I can answer that she hasn't yet, but I'd like to hear your answer for when.
In the Hojo? I want to train in the Hojo, which I nicknamed for you. The home dojo, the Hojo.
I like that.
It's funny. I literally yesterday was telling Mini-Me that we are going to be going down to San Diego to train with you. I literally told her that yesterday. So yes, to answer the question, I have done some striking. I used to train at PKG. I used to go to boxing training in the morning with Chad George and stuff and the guys at PKG, like Mac Danzig used to train over there. Like some of the, you know, older, not older, but like UFC guys a few years back.
Yeah.
And then PKG, their location moved and it was too far away for me to go at that 7 a.m. thing. So I haven't done striking in a while, and I'm supposed to be training with Hoffa from Kings. Then there's like a pandemic. Do you know what I mean? And it's just bad. But I want to come down and train with the two of you. So I do want to do that. We can't, there's going to be no running. I get to set some ground rules, so no running. But we can hit stuff.
Okay, like no running from you in sparring, or
no? I mean no running. Don't Adam doesn't get to say like, okay, you guys run 2 miles and then come back and then we'll start training. I'll be like, no.
Believe me, I hate running. I would not do that to you.
I'll jump rope while you run.
Yeah, only the fun stuff, spinning shit. Yeah, that's what we get to do.
But yes, I want to do that. I want to make a What Had Happened Was training episode this summer, like so that I would just say # coming soon on that one. Okay.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay. This one is really good. I want to know because this one I'm curious because I know my answer. Angie, the two of us, if you could cosplay any character while entering the ring, and go absolutely all out, who would it be? This is from Don't Trip at Irvquake. This came through on Twitter.
Okay, dude, I have so many. Okay, so one is Shona from The Last Dragon.
Right.
Yeah.
With the fro and everything, right?
Yeah, well, he has like this crazy hairstyle. Hold up, I'll pull up a picture. But he goes, "Who's the prettiest? Showing up. Who's the fastest? Showing up." It's a Bruce Leroy, like all that good stuff.
Right.
Hold up.
Because I think I used to train at the gym at Crunch with one of the guys, like the kid that played The Last Dragon. What is his name again?
Oh, did you?
And he used to train with us at Crunch, I believe.
Hold up, I can pull up his name right now. But here is the hair. It is glorious. It is glorious. I do the fake like goatee and everything. But it's like, come on, outfit is just like so sick to me. Like, yeah, I think that would be really fun. But that's one answer.
You did something like that before though, right?
Well, you can't wear it into the cage, but what did I do before? I did tongue pole before from kickboxer, and I did Dowsum, I did Sagat. Everyone remembers the Sagat one because that was my first fight back in the UFC.
Yeah, and
everyone was like, "Oh shit!" And I almost got in trouble too because they just got the Reebok deal going,
right?
And I was like, "Here's an eye patch that hasn't been approved by Reebok," and they're like, "What are you doing? Oh my god, we're all gonna get fired." So, so that's why I could never cosplay again after that.
But you did like Afro Samurai and stuff too, right?
Yeah, I did Afro Samurai, Invicta, did Dowsum, Sagat, and I did a Fallout Vault Dweller from Fallout 4.
Cool. Well, so for me, I would be a Klingon. I really want to play a Klingon someday in Star Trek. I'm a major Star Trek fan. And my good friend, my sister from another Mista, is actually on Picard, the show called Picard. Her name is Michelle Hurd. If you see the woman who, she plays Rafi. And she is, like, I went to her, like, she's one of my dear friends. We met on a sitcom when we were doing Malcolm and Eddie. And, like, so we look like we're related. So that's why she's my sister from another mister. But she has, like, when she got that job, like, I was like, oh my God, I got a job on Star Trek. Like, it's that, I feel like that close to the fact that she got on a show and she's working with Patrick Stewart, who I've been crushing on, like, all my life. Like, I interviewed him once and I literally almost lost my, I love him. So I want to play a Klingon. Really badly. I know I don't have all the goods that the Klingon women have, but they can pad me with that. But I do have a big forehead. Luckily, it's not quite as wrinkled as the Klingons for real. But I have the hair, and like I work like so. I was like, I would make such a badass Klingon, and I want to do that so freaking badly, like so bad.
Yeah, that would be fun. Or you know who else you could do is what was it? There's like a girl version of Goro. I forget what her name is, but you know, like the Mortal Kombat character with like the 4 arms.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
What's her name? Because my daughter likes to play with that character a lot. I want to say not Gamora. I'm thinking of Gamora. Yeah. I could do Gamora too. I mean, something like that.
Would be good fun. Yeah. But one thing I wanted to say is I still credit Captain Picard to this day for marrying a bald white guy. Like, hey, it was instilled in me. It was the seed was planted. I dated a bunch of guys, and then I ended up with Captain Picard.
Not for nothing, baldness means you have a lot of testosterone. I've never had a problem with bald men at all. Never thought it was a problem.
Yeah, hey guys, if you're spending a bunch of money on hair loss stuff and you're sick of it, hey, girls like bald men.
You're wasting your money.
Just shave it. All right. It's my turn. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. I'm gonna do another Instagram one. This is from Sean J. Mass, and he asked, "Was Zhao Nan a bit overranked a bit?" And I think this is an interesting question.
Okay.
I don't think she was overranked. I think Carla just finally put it together.
Yeah.
You know, and it was surprising to see her go down where she was able to be successful with Claudia Gadelia and was able to get back up off of her back and really made Gadelia work. But Gadelia gasses, and Carla has never gassed out in a fight. Like she goes. Like even when she got TKO'd by Joanna, she was still going. She was still shooting. She was still trying to get something working before she just got hit in the head too much. So I think the fact that Carla finally put it together, she was able to chain wrestle really well. She didn't let any weird like off balances happen once she committed to the takedown. Like every takedown that she went for had like maybe 3 or 4 different angle changes. So Zhang Yang could never just get her balance. She was never on stable ground. She was always getting moved. And then the last takedown that happened, it was just off of a caught kick. So I don't think that she was outranked. I think Carla just had the perfect game plan for her, and it worked beautifully. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think you can go on a 6-win streak, be undefeated in your division without earning that ranking. I mean, and she's been fighting well, but she's been fighting the people they put in front of her. She's done her job. Yeah. You know what I mean? She's done her job. She's won the fights that she's been given, and she's beaten names that other people haven't beaten. So it's like, well, the thing that's just tough is that your division has so many women that are very closely matched. I think it's hard, but I think you go on a 6-win streak, you're going to have a high rank.
For sure. Anybody.
All right.
You could be beating up cans and that would happen.
Yeah. All right. This one is a little bit interesting. And I actually talk about this a lot with some of my friends. So somebody, KRL at Metal Salsa on Twitter says, why are there no out gay men in MMA, but there are out gay women? Does it have something to do with MMA gym culture? And it's interesting to me because I've spoken about this a lot with my gay friends who like the sport a lot, and I'm like, I've always said, like, if a gay man did come out, they would already have instantly a very huge fan base because there was a lot of gay male fans that just nobody even speaks to them directly. Do you know what I mean? And like, if somebody was just able to come out and say that and own that, they would, I think, be embraced. But yes, I do think, unfortunately, and you're the one who spends more time in the gym, but I do just think that there is that element of that whole like macho thing or whatever, or the stereotypes. And if people are like, well, I don't want to roll with the gay guy, like, I would hate for that to be the truth of it. Sadly, I think sometimes that might be the truth of it. Like, so I do think, here's the thing, I think, that's what's interesting about the question is, are there any out gay men? Because obviously there are gay men in the UFC. There's gay men. There has to be. It's just the question of them being out. And I know in the past there were certain fighters that people thought were gay and maybe tried to out them or whatever. And nobody really came forward and said it. But, there are people that people suspect or whatever. It's their own business. But I just think it is actually a shame because they would be embraced by that community. And we do see, Amanda's doing such great things for the women. It is different. And I know the perception of, the male audience is like, well, 2 chicks together is hot, but 2 dudes together isn't. That's how a lot of people think, unfortunately. So I don't think they're bothered by gay women, and they would be by gay men. But you're the one, like I said, who spends the time in the gym. So I'm curious.
I mean, the gyms that I've been in, I don't think it wouldn't be an issue, but I think that's something that exists maybe on the lower level, maybe depending on what city you're in, like how big the scene is out there. Like, is it okay to be openly gay, or is it something that most people in that like area hide? And America is a huge place, and there's different stigmas in every state, every city when it comes to gay guys. Being in San Diego and before that New York, it wasn't a big deal, like if anything, it was celebrated. It's awesome. Like, we had the biggest pride parades and all that. And I really do think that if a guy were to come out, if he was a good fighter, people would celebrate it and people would embrace it. But I do think it would be hard for him on the lower level to get going, get his career going. It's already so hard for good fighters that I've come up with, people that I train with who are beating everyone up, but they haven't had their like first handful of fights yet, or they just haven't been recognized yet. It's so hard for those guys to get going. Like, imagine if everyone knew that he was gay, and then suddenly like fighters have a reason to say, oh, I don't want to fight that guy. You know, like it could be that simple. And I thought that the MMA community was a little more progressive until my brother's gay, and it was like maybe 3 years ago he got married, and I posted a picture of his marriage ceremony, and I was like, I'm so happy for my brother. I'm sorry I couldn't be there because I'm in fight camp, but like I'm so happy for you, and you know, many wishes and blah blah blah. And dude, I had to block so many people.
Are you serious?
So many people, and it's like, just because I have fans all over the world, you know, like I have 100 and whatever thousand followers on Instagram. They're from every walk of life. Right. So of course I get like people going, oh, that's amazing, that's amazing, that's amazing, congrats, I love your brother, oh, they're so cute together. But then you get like this huge chunk of just internet trolls of you know, guys from the Middle East, you know, like just random ass countries that are going, oh, the abomination, they're going to hell, this and that. And it's really sad, you know. So like the whole world isn't where San Diego is and New York is and DC is when it comes to the gay community. Yeah. So that's why, you know, we still have pride parades, you know, we're still trying to get that equality for that community in the same way, like, you know, there's civil rights parades, civil rights, you know, protests and stuff, because equality isn't there everywhere yet. So the MMA, fingers crossed that it gets better. I think it would be a hard road, but it would be a celebrated road if there was a fighter that ended up coming out and was publicly like, hey, I'm gay, and, you know, I'm doing my thing, and I'm not turned on when I fight. So, you know, so relax. You know, I think that would be celebrated for sure.
I think that'd be great. And just to put one little extra point on it, I think the flip side too, the scary thing could be the reverse of people not wanting to fight somebody on the low circuit. The reverse could be somebody wanting to fight him on purpose so that they could beat his ass and like be extra violent. Do you know what I'm saying? Like that extra motivation. I would hate if that ever happened. You know what I mean? That would be.
Yeah, but that would be the end of that guy's career. Like if he didn't let go of a choke, or if he
I hope so.
didn't like break, you know, while the ref was trying to break them because he got the TKO, that would be the end of that guy's career. So I wouldn't be as worried about that. I would just be like, you know, like they're gonna refuse to fight him, especially if he's good, because nobody wants to get beat or sat on by a gay guy if they're homophobic, you know. And like I think a large majority of the actual fighters are not homophobic, but you do have like, you know, a couple like whatever who might have an issue with it. Yeah. So yeah, it's always something to think about. But I don't know. I want someone to come out so I can ask him, like, hey, how was it? How was coming out? Like
exactly. You know? Exactly. All right, you're up. Your next question.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I'll do another Instagram one.
And then I'm going to look at my gram post too.
Here's a fun one. This one is from __ Bryant, BRAEEE. She asked, how does some fighters not flinch? Like, I want to be a fighter, but I be flinch.
How do they not flinch?
How do fighters not flinch? All right, I'll break it down for you. So the whole trick is to literally play chicken. Like you're playing chicken with your head and their punch to the point where you just get punched in the face. Like the best way to stop flinching is to take a couple hits. And I know that sounds stupid, but you tuck your chin. You're looking up you're looking basically with your peripheral, and when the punch comes, you make sure it's not hidden under here, but you hit it on your forehead. And then you take a few punches and you realize, okay, I'm not gonna like break if I get touched. And that's the easiest way to show like a beginner or someone like that, okay, this is how you take a punch. Like you're not going to slip every punch. And that's the truth of the matter. You're not going to block every punch, but you know, you have to know how to like absorb one without getting hurt. as a fighter. So that's kind of the first thing that I usually teach people. I teach them to slip a little bit, but I also teach them to just almost headbutt the punch and kind of take it on your forehead and keeping your chin tucked so that it's not like swinging your head back. It's not giving you that whiplash. You're not getting your nose broken. Like that's the best way. Like I can't think of another way. Also, when you throw, you have to keep your eyes open. You can't like a lot of people go ah, ah, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, they're like did I hit it? So that's another way to not flinch, because once you start sparring, there's going to be moments where you're punching and getting punched in the face at the same time. If your eyes are open, if you're looking at the target, then there's more of a chance that you're going to hit them before they hit you. Yeah. And if that punch hits you, then boom, you don't flinch. You just take it like a man or a woman, and then you throw another punch, throw a follow-up while they're retreating because you did so well keeping your eyes open and punch them in the face. So that's the easiest way. There's also this old like samurai training thing or something that I've seen on TV. I don't know if it's real, but they stand in the water and then they splash the water in their eyes and they don't blink. I feel like that's a good way as well, but I've never tried it myself, but
okay.
I think that could work. But yeah, just keeping your eyes open, taking a few punches, like, and sometimes when I don't spar for a few like weeks, then I do get a little flinchy when punches come at me. And the easiest way to get away from that is just like headbutt a few, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can stop like overreacting to things coming at me. So yeah,
I'll take your word for it, because I'm not trying to get it. The closest I've ever come is like
in the garage.
In myself when I train like boxing and like I go to block something and then I'm like punching myself because whatever.
I'll get you and your mini me in gloves, and I'll go have you go through the drill.
All right.
Very fun, like family friendly activity.
Okay. All right. So there's a couple questions here. Well, some of these I just know the answer to for sure. Would you specifically, but I know I've actually done it for like this show I worked on once, but would you like to do mocap for a fight game that wasn't a UFC game, like like Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter? Like how cool would that be?
Yes, of course. Like, why even ask that question?
I know, it's a silly question. Of course we would. Of course we would. So, okay. So let me get...
Don't even tell me who asked that. No.
I know. So this one I want to... So Julian Virgin asked... well, this was for me, but I think because this is on my post, saying, aside from tennis, what other activities bring you joy when you're not working? But I would like to ask you this as well. So in terms of like hobbies, yeah, I do play tennis a lot. People know from the pandemic, I'm way into like jigsaw puzzles. I'm a word nerd, so I'm always doing like word puzzles and that kind of stuff. Okay. I like doing like decoupage for arts and crafts stuff. For Christmas, I got an origami kit that I want to start doing. But mostly I also, I'm just a really big like reader. I like reading books and stuff like that. I'm a little bit of a nerd.
What was the one you said before origami? What was
decoupage?
What is that?
So decoupage is when you'll cut out stuff from, like I would get these floral, actually maybe Kiddo can even, I would grab the little box over there next to the line.
Honey, bring
and I'll show you what it is. So yeah, that one. So it's like, so you take things, you cut out pictures and things, and then you put them on something, and then you put this like, thank you, baby girl. So this is decoupaging. So this is a little dirty. But so, you take the thing and then you like gloss over it, you put it all together and
okay.
Whatever. This one is dirty and this is not some of my best work. But I do have a lot of this kind of stuff that I've done and I really do like it. And what's inside? Just like Showtime Championship boxing credentials and was there the one from when I was outside the Oscars? Wow. Here's my YouTube VIP thing. But anyway, that's what I like to do. What do you do for fun?
On the front. Yeah, you need to decoupage some of that on the front.
I know.
Like, little stills from all the events that you've worked and been to and stuff.
Yeah, totally. Well, so what do you do for fun?
What do I do for fun?
Well, now you guys have a dog, so
I haven't been having any fun lately. Well, every now and then, we like to do like me and my husband. We both met in art school, so every now and then we'll do some dumb little project or something. So like the Easter eggs that we did with with Cormier and Joe Rogan and Anik, No Panic Anik, freaking out. Yeah, that was really fun. So I like doing little projects like that every now and like flexing my art skills that I've gotten very rusty over the years. What else? Video games. I have a ton of video games. I haven't really been playing any recently, but I'm holding out for my PS5, and I'm gonna get on some Cold War or something like that. But yeah, I like playing like a lot of weird, I guess, strategy games. Like I was really into Don't Starve for a long time, to the point where Adam would get pissed because he's like, hey, can you do something? And I'm like, it's like, nope. Oh, what? Like 10 minutes later. so I was really into that game for a while, and Abe's Odyssey is like my favorite video game of all time. Yeah. So I've always been into puzzle games, but I do play like first person shooters every now and then. I'm alright at it. I'm not like crazy KD ratio or whatever. Yeah. But yeah, I think that's
well, somebody had actually even asked too, like, would you ever go back into doing more art stuff? That was kind of another side question too, was like using your art degree. Yeah.
Yeah, I always felt like the window to be a fighter was way shorter than the window to be an artist. Like, you can do art your entire life. Right. So if I were ever to get back into something like that, I feel like having an established career in fighting will help bring that along. Like, you never know like what people you meet through just through being visible and being in the sport. So yeah, I think it would be cool to get back into just like art, animation, or anything like that. We keep coming up with like cool TV show ideas or like comic book ideas and stuff like that. And because Adam's such a good artist, we just like do projects together. I feel like that's one of the things that we want to do once everything settles down and we're kind of in the retired mode. Cool. So yeah.
Cool. All right, I think we have time for a couple more.
Okay. I'll do. Let's see. I probably should have had this ready. Okay, someone said, how do I throw a Teep kick properly? Lol, seriously though. All right, Sushi Beast 69.
Are we getting a demo?
Sushi Beast, yeah, I'll do the demo. All right, so the trick of the Teep is to come up on your toes. So if I'm throwing the back leg Teep, I'm gonna come up on my toe on the front leg. Whoop. I'm going to lift my knee as if I'm just lifting it to throw a knee, but then I straighten out at the end. And as you come up on your toes, like you're coming up on your toes here, whoop, your knee comes up here. As you straighten your leg, you're going to lean back, boop, and that's what brings your hips forward. So let me just show you for real. So
hips don't lie. Here we go.
Let's see if I can see my foot. All right, so the front foot, I'm on my toe. Yeah. And my hips come forward. Right. As I lift my knee, and then my shoulder's gonna go back as I straighten out my leg. Oof. And you wanna hit with the ball of your foot. So like this part. Right. You wanna hit with that part when you throw that Teep. Not the toes, because you can jam your toes like really easily. Right. You want to get that ball, and that part's really hard, and it can like dig into the person's ribs. It can hit them in the solar plexus. It can hit them in the liver, all that good stuff. Yeah. It's all in the hips. The hips coming up on your toes, whoop, like that, and then straighten that leg out.
Nice. I have a feeling that part's going to get memed, right? Or like just your little hips going back and forth.
My hips, and you're just like.
No, it's good. That's great. That's great technique. That's good. Look at we're teaching. We're really here for the people. We really are here for the people. You know what? Okay, so one last one I wanted to get to. B Montreal 87 is asking, do you think MMA will ever make it to the Olympics? And I know this is one of those things that people bring up a lot. And I think it kind of can't, though, right? Because of the time frame of the Olympics and the amount of time that you'd have to fight. And it's like Taekwondo's in there and these other things that are point scoring, and even boxing, right, is like point boxing, right? So I don't know that you could have MMA where you're really throwing and really going for real. What is it? Submission only, you know what I mean? Then it's a grappling thing. So I don't know that you could do it because of the damage that could possibly be inflicted. Even if you said, okay, 2-minute rounds or whatever, like, I just don't know that you can compress that many fights in that short of time.
Yeah, it would be really tough. It would be really, really tough. And I don't know. I feel like, for one, it's too brutal. Like, they don't have Muay Thai in the Olympics. I know when I was in the Muay Thai world, they were campaigning for it. And I think one of the reasons is because pure Muay Thai uses elbows and knees. And it's just a little too brutal for the Olympics. And, you know, when you watch an Olympic boxing match, you don't really see knockouts that often. A lot of it is point fighting, like you said, and they have the headgear on and they have the huge gloves. So it's very protected. And I just don't think it would resonate with like that type of fandom, the Olympic fandom. You know, you have figure skating and judo is so pretty when you watch it. Like, it's just like, it's just nice to look at. It looks like poetry. And then you have MMA.
The bloody violence.
Yes, violence. So I don't think they would ever do that. If I feel like if Muay Thai would never make it into the Olympics, it would be a hard sell for MMA too.
Yeah. Well, you know, Ange, unfortunately, I gotta jump. So we got a decent amount in here in 30 minutes. I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel horrible for always skipping the questions after I ask for them. So I'm glad we could get some people's questions answered. I'm happy that we finally got to do that for you guys. We always wanted to, but we can only post so much on Instagram.
Right. That's right. So, but we can do this. We can try to do this like at least maybe once a month or twice a month or something. We should try to find the time to do it more often. But in the meantime, I'm on Instagram. I'm KB Heat. Everywhere else, it's Karyn Bryant, Karyn. Bryant, as in Kobe, no relation, but may he rest in peace. Angie, where can they find you?
You can find me at Angie Overkill on Instagram and Twitter, and also Overkill Hill on TikTok.
Nice. And so listen, shouldn't even know. What Had Happened Was show that we do is available. You can find it on Angie's IGTV. It's out on my YouTube channel. Then we also put it out on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Apple Podcasts. And it usually comes out on Mondays, so you should check them out.
Yeah, check it out.
See ya.
Bye, guys.